remit here within the county. He's our head of section within the tourism unit within Mayo County Council. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Padraigh Philbin, Senior Executive Engineer.
Just like first of all to welcome the Minister, the Caherlock, councillors, representatives from Fáilte, the national parks and the agencies, and yourselves, cordially. I want maybe to start. I'm going to give a presentation here on the strategy itself, and I might start off just with a little story. When a number of years ago, I visited the west coast of America, and I got to see some fantastic scenery. In particular at San Francisco Bay, the geography was huge. I went on from there up to the Canadian Rockies. And essentially, I think by the time I had finished my 3 weeks in that continent, I was Scenic out. And I came back to Mayo, and I was working at the time as an engineer in the Balmullet area, and I was looking out over the Stags of Broadhaven and with a colleague, and absolutely blown away by the seascape and the landscape that we have here. And I remember my colleague turned to me and he said, you know, you didn't have to go to the other side of the world to see great scenery we have here in Mayo. So just maybe to start off that, to reinforce that, Mayo is a great county. It has, you know, it's a county of many places, many people and many parts, and you can see it there that we've had some fantastic scenery. And one of the perks of working in the council is that you do get to see this great scenery in your daily work. We have the third largest county in Ireland. It's very impressive geographically. It's the county with the best landscape, the longest coastline in Ireland, the most pristine natural and wild landscape, the best place to go wild in Ireland. And you know, it stretches all the way from, as you know, from Charlestown to Westport and Balmullet to Killarney Harbour. Another perk of the job is that you get to meet really great people, friendly people and authentic people. And the county is the home of the first farmers. We've rich ecclesiastical heritage at the remnants are dotted right across the county. We have, you know, the spiritual capital of Ireland, Croagh Patrick, 220,000 visitors a year, and of course Knockshrine, which gets 1.6 million people a year. So you know, we do have we have great people. One of my favourite pictures is this one here of a chap called Hughie Carlin, who featured on National Geographic back in 2003. A very authentic man, typical of a Mayo person. We've our islanders with their culture, fishermen, farmers, and again, great for a visitor to see. Our talented youth, picture here from Aughagower Festival in Ackland. It amazes me the talent the musicians are around the country. And of course we have our diaspora, 3.5 million stretched right across the globe, and hugely important. The last picture there of our footballers and our supporters, a great source of pride. Again, we offer lots. We've the best lakes and fisheries in Ireland, the most salmon productive rivers, the Great Western Greenway, also huge attraction, 220,000 visitors annually. Westport House, there since the 1960s. The Ballycroy National Park and the whole national park, the visitor centre, and how well it has been doing. And then we've got the National Museum of Country Life, the gardens at Turles. So you know, we have an awful lot to offer, and that's only a sample of them. We've a lot more, as you can see there, and more. And we also have a growing reputation as the activity capital of Ireland, the adventure capital of Ireland, with you know, great walking products, cycling, fishing, diving, golf. Both golf really great on the links courses, and we've got a range of parkland courses as well. Activities stretching right across the country from John Patrick Head back to Westport House, and very much water-based anymore. And again, the Wild Atlantic Way, which is our, and we want to be the heartbeat of the Wild Atlantic Way, not just the route itself. It's more than the route. It's about the people and the people along that Wild Atlantic Way, which is a county-wide product, bringing out the experiences, making people and visitors enjoy their experience and the possibility of them having many happy memories while they're here to visit, and that they'll come back to the county and spread the good word about the place. We are a county of festivals. We have over 300 festivals a year. They're great festivals, organised by really good people, working very hard with very little funding, to put in a huge amount of effort. It costs a lot. We have great examples from the Bunnyconnon Fair in Humbert's footsteps, really a colourful festival that is only a few years old. The Salmon Festival in Ballina, obviously, and Kisara races, and such a great variety, and offering that little bit extra for the visitor when they're here, and really makes the visitor able to connect with people, and that's a key requirement. So where are we at the moment with all these great activities and great scenery? And we're currently ranked 7th in popularity with overseas visitors who come to Ireland. So that's 245,000 per annum on average. And our principal markets are the UK, the USA, and mainland Europe. And we have obviously really lucky here that we have our own airport at Knock. But most people come to the county via Dublin, ports of Dublin and Cork. We're a very popular county from domestically with domestic tourists, and you can see that in places like Westport. And Dublin will be a very key market for us. So I suppose in the strategy there you'll see a very detailed vision of where we want Mayo to be in the future, and it boils down into this short little vision that I put here, and that is for Mayo to be must-see, must-visit county. It's as simple as that, and to do that we need to expand explore as many of these, and exploit as many of the opportunities as we can. We have huge opportunities in relation to developing the Wild Atlantic Way and the other experiences on that, and also differentiate the county as a special place based on our natural landscape, this wild landscape, that pristine landscape that we have under a Wild Mayo brand. We're a very cultural county. We've got Gaelic music, and there's huge scope that we can bring that out onto the streets, make it much more visible in the future. And also we're the spiritual capital of Ireland, and we'd like to do a lot more with that going forward in the future. Certainly in relation to pilgrimages, and there's no reason why in this county here that we couldn't have a Camino or a journey that people can make, to find themselves or to just to experience something that maybe they can't get in their own place. The tourism strategy itself is built on 4 pillars. It's built on outstanding products, which lead to outstanding experiences. Support for industry, which is very important via Fáilte Ireland, via the local enterprise office. Very much about collaboration between the agencies, between the council, between the communities out there. Tourism is everybody's business, so we want everybody to be involved. We will go nowhere unless everybody is involved. And finally, we want a very targeted marketing campaign. So just going back in relation to the experiences, we need to develop more tourism products and create better experiences that are innovative and different. We need to improve and consolidate the existing products that we offer. And we want to prioritise and secure funding to allow all of this to happen over the next 5 years, and that's where the action plan comes through. We need to be different, and we can see this on the Greenway where we were different, and look what happened. Essentially within a year or two we had nearly transformed all of what we know as Mayo tourism. These are just some of the examples that we have. Road bridges you can see in Carrick-a-Reid in Northern Ireland that gets nearly 250,000 visitors a year. We're looking at a Velo Rail experience for the Western Rail corridor at Calchimau, and we also have we're looking at other products such as a rail cruising experience. And we're looking very much at New Zealand and what they're doing there, and the innovations that they're making there. just in relation to our facilities, we need to improve our facilities, and we have a range of ideas. Facilities at our beaches, new toilet blocks, new services blocks, and just a couple of examples here coming through. That's a proposed service block that we're hoping to put on the Greenway, the Salmon Life Centre in Ballinards. It's hugely important that we celebrate the Mayo and what it offers. Again, the wildlife and the national park, which are absolutely critical for us as a county to be able to distinguish those and to promote them and to again differentiate this county for what it is. A little bit on discovery points. We've a number of ideas that we have in planning at the moment in the early planning stages. The discovery point at Ken, which is proposed for Ken Bay, and also we've done some work in relation to this, developing up the signature discovery points at Patrick Head and at Scenic, and we've done some work in the past along the Wild Atlantic Way in relation to interpretive sculptures and particularly in the Balmullet and the North Mayo area. So we are very fortunate in the county that we have a number of destination groups, which a lot of people are working very hard to develop the county, the tourism product, and it's a matter now for us all to come together and to come behind the county and to develop it as much as we can. We're a big county in Ireland, but we're a small county, a small place internationally, and that should be our focus going forward. Collaboration is key. It's about everybody working together. We're all part of this. All sections of the council, working with Falls Ireland, with the agencies such as the National Park and Wildlife Service, the leader companies, and the communities, all coming together to deliver a Mayo destination brand and getting the message out there. And with that in mind, we will develop Mayo as a premier tourism destination. We're proposing a structure for this. It's a structure that's based on tourism product, and we think it will be very useful that people who are in the individual products will come together and share information, and that everybody will know what everybody else is doing. And again, it's about finding best, looking at abroad, looking for best international practice, and applying it here and sharing that information. Very important that we come together and build packages that hoteliers and the product providers and activity providers all work together to again, and that's all differentiating people, offer value for money for people, and again, if we can do that better than other counties, we have a better chance of succeeding. The structure there is we're proposing the following products: adventure, angling, pilgrimage and spiritual group, sports, wild Mayo, culture and heritage, and festival and events. And overseeing those groups will be a steering group, and there will be a high-level implementation group just to check on how we're doing with the strategy, the action plans, and how our targets are going. On your seats there's an application form which gives details of all of the product groups, and we would, if anyone is interested in that, we'd ask them to fill in that, and we'll take it from there. But this is the work going forward. We will be working together, Mayo County Council plus the agencies to drive this forward. So we see it as very important going forward. We also see it as a way of linking in very well with future Falls Ireland cluster groups that will be set up in the future as well. Just in relation to destination marketing, we have been doing some work on that. We are marketing Mayo as a county, primarily, and our brand is Mayo.ie, and then we have secondary brands. For example, Wild Mayo, places like Westport, Mayo North, and Ursbio, and so on. These are always very important as well. And there are primary brands, the Mayo.ie logo, many places, many people, many parts, and obviously the Wild Atlantic Way is a key brand for Ireland. When we're marketing the county abroad, we're marketing it as Mayo on the Wild Atlantic Way, and when we're marketing the county nationally, it's County Mayo. So, in summary, again, tourism is everybody's business. There's, as we know, huge opportunities out there. There's there's many visitors expected in the next 10 years, and we're all part of this, and we all want to work together on it. We're all in this together. So just to sum up, it's County Mayo, it's many people, many places, many parts, one county, and thank you very much.